$600. I was like, all right, let's go get the one I want. And I ended up finding it at a Guitar Center, like a used one, and I only ended up paying like, I think it was like 26 for it, but
Oh, hell yeah.
it's beautiful. It speaks to me. It's sitting in the corner now, just whispering in my ear, please come play
Please come play.
me.
So I just kind of hit record. Did you learn anything? Is that okay?
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no big deal at all, man.
All right, cool. Did you learn anything new in quarantine this last year?
I learned so much. It's incredible. So
Hell yeah.
I work for a bank as my regular daytime job, and there's an opportunity through this bank where they will fully pay for your college tuition if it's something that can be tied into a bank. So I actually went back to school, and I'm about to graduate in November with another bachelor's degree in project management.
Oh
Nice,
man, congrats.
congrats.
That's
Hell
awesome.
yeah, man! So I've been doing nothing but learning a bunch of stuff. I've been trying to be a little bit healthier on my side,
Oh, me
working out a
too.
little bit more. I'm an
Mhm.
old man now, so got to
Mhm.
really got to try to keep in shape. I try. I still eat like crap quite
Yeah.
often, but I tried.
It's tempting.
And I also learned how to, as I don't know if you've noticed, my room is purple for a
Yeah.
reason. I learned how to set up a video game stream, and I get to hang out every night and chill with the community and play video games. So yeah, that's what I've been working on for this quarantine for the past, I guess, year now. Wow.
Have
That's
you
awesome.
checked out any good movies lately?
Checked out any good movie? I'm not, honestly, I'm such a huge movie fan. I've watched like every movie up and until the year like 2014, and
Uh-huh.
then from there on out, I really just a TV show guy. I binge watch television shows with
Okay.
my wife. Right now we're just watching The Queen's Gambit, and I
Ooh.
love it so far. I'm a fan of chess. I'm not great at it, but I do
Yeah.
enjoy it. And yeah, the show is super interesting, and I love it so far.
Yeah,
Right
I heard
before
it's
that,
really
I
good.
just finished Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
Love that cheesy 80s stuff, man. I'm all about
Mhm.
it. Let's
Oh, dude,
go.
it's great, man. Dude, Cobra Kai is just I can go on and on about Cobra Kai. I'm just so hooked on it. I'm already excited for season 4.
I did an interview a couple weeks ago while I was still watching Cobra Kai, and I could not stop saying "I call fives never dies." I could not stop saying it. Like every time they're like, "Oh, well, what do you guys see in the future?" I was like, "Well, to start off that question, I call fives never dies." And then, no, I'm just playing.
That's fucking awesome. I just saw I was like starting the Tiger Woods documentary that's on HBO Max. That's pretty cool.
Oh my god, what about the car accident he was
I
just
know,
in?
I know. It's like
dude.
funny timing, but yeah, that kind of sucks.
And
Yeah,
he was literally just golfing with David Spade right before it
The
happened.
day before, literally the day
Yeah.
before.
that's incredible. He
Yeah,
was
they were
golfing with Joe Dirt, and then out of nowhere,
Mm-hmm.
that's crazy.
They
No,
filmed something together.
I was actually, ironically, I haven't watched Sports Center forever, but I turned it on last night and I watched an interview they were doing with Rory McIlroy, and
Ooh, so
they were
good.
like, "Oh, when do you think Tiger's going to be back out on the course?" And he just like stopped. He's like, "What are you talking about?" Like,
Yeah,
he was just in a horrific accident to where he's
yeah.
worried about his family and stuff like that. And
Too soon.
you're asking me when he's going to be back out on the golf course. Like, choose
Yeah.
better questions.
Yeah, 100%. And then Nomadland and Minari, I saw those in the past like week or two, and those are both excellent. They'll both be up for like Best Picture, no doubt.
Oh hell yeah, I got to check that out.
And then how sick does that new Mortal Kombat movie look?
It looks phenomenal. So I actually I played it on my stream like with my community and got everybody's like
Yeah.
opinion on what exactly was happening. Yeah, when he turns his blood into a kunai Sub-Zero and then
Oh,
stab.
man.
I was. I'm a huge Mortal Kombat fan. Huge
hell
Mortal
yeah.
Kombat fan.
Same.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when I was growing up, and obviously again, I have a video game stream. I love
Yeah.
video games. Mortal
yeah.
Kombat's it's up there. I couldn't even put a number on it, but it's especially Mortal Kombat 3 Ultimate. Like that's
Oof.
Yes.
one of the big ones from your childhood that like it's just I'm very excited for the movie. I like the old movies. No, I know they're
Yeah.
horrible and crappy, and like, but I still love them because when I was a kid, like you're playing those games and then you get to see like the actual Scorpion fight Johnny Cage in the woods and stuff like
Yeah.
that. With the worst CGI that's ever existed, but still is pretty awesome to a kid.
Do you
Yeah.
have like a favorite character from Mortal Kombat?
Uh, So my favorite character that I use when I play Mortal Kombat would be Sub-Zero.
Yes.
Huge Sub-Zero fan.
Did
No
you ever
questions.
did you ever play Sub-Zero Mythologies and then 64 back then?
I did, and I am proud to announce that that is the worst game ever made. And no, I have it behind me. It's I have a litany of. I mean, it's kind of hard to see because it's kind of like it focuses on my face and like blurs out the background. But underneath that little desk back there with all the lighting and stuff on it is like every system ever made, along with most of the games for said systems. I'm like a nostalgia freak, so I got all that, and I'll throw in, you know, horrible games like Sub-Zero for N64 and I'll play them every now and then just because, you know, like that little nostalgia kicks in the back of your head and it just feels, you know, it's like, oh hell yeah, I remember when I was, you know, 9 or 10 years old playing this and loving every second of it.
Yeah, it was just a big control smasher. That was it.
Yeah, 100%.
So what initially got you into streaming then?
Honestly, I was locked inside and I wasn't allowed to communicate with anyone. Like, and I, you know, my wife has she's very, very high risk. If she were to get COVID or anything like that, her likelihood of passing is very, very high.
Oh,
And
no.
she's my best friend in the history of the world, as well as the love of my life. And
Yeah.
I would never in a million years put her at any kind of risk. So what I did, because I was working from home, I literally never left the house. It snowed like a week and a half ago. I've shoveled the snow 3 times. That's the only times I've gone outside. Like but other than that, like I looked outside today, I was like, oh, all the snow's gone. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even notice. But it really got to the point where like I wanted to have a way to do something I enjoyed doing, but still be able to communicate with a bunch of, you know, other people. One of the coolest things about it is that I have so many random I Call Fives fans will pop into the chat and be like, yo, man, sing this song.
You must love
I'm
that.
like, yo, bro, chill.
Yeah.
And then I sing the song anyway. But no, but I do a bunch of stuff on the stream on certain days. If I'm feeling squirrely, I'll play a song or something like that. I remember what the hell was it? It was last month. It was in January. The servers, because I usually play Call of Duty during the week, and then on the weekends I play like retro games and like Mario and stuff like that.
Sweet.
So on the random weekday, like we were having such trouble with the Call of Duty servers. So I picked up that Fender strap back there. I hooked up, there's an amplifier over here that you can't see off camera. I hooked it up and I rigged a situation to where you could hear it kind of good. And I started taking requests and I just started playing random nonsense. I got and I'm not the greatest guitar player in the world, but I can pull up tabs and I can play pretty much anything.
Oh, you're good.
And yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I pride myself in my singing capability, but I'm not too bad at playing guitar. So some guy asked for Coheed, and I started playing some Favorite House Atlantic, and I was like, hell yeah, this is fun, man. So yeah. I have a bunch of crazy nonsense I do on the stream, but yeah, it was a great way for, you know, me being locked inside to still be able to have a little fun. God knows I'm always writing music, but this was a way that I could share immediately what I was thinking or you know, my experience as I'm playing a game or something with my friends and stuff like that. It's just, you know, something cool to hang out with.
How many people requested Take the Fall?
Oh, geez.
Constantly.
Yeah. So when I first started streaming, I had a very, very big, it's a lot of people stopping and asking for elevator music and Take the Fall. Those are without a doubt, like no questions, like the 2 biggest requests that I get.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't even know this. When we went into the studio, Take the Fall, I wrote on a piano, and that whole song was written on and like composed on a piano. And I was ready to just have it just be a piano with like a little bit of acoustic in the background.
Yeah.
And we got down to the studio, and there wasn't a piano. So they're like, listen, we can do it with a keyboard, but what I was thinking, let's try to like incorporate the full band into it so it has this big ending. And I was like, okay, I could feel that. And so that's what we did. We tried it on acoustic at first, then we added in the full band at the end. And I really feel like where that kicks in at the end is my favorite part of the song. So
for sure.
in retrospect, at the time, I was like, man, I wanted this to be like my slow piano ballad song and be awesome.
The build-up works though.
It turned out well, and I was stoked on it. It worked out well.
So where did your love for video games begin then? Was there like a certain game that got you hooked initially?
I mean, it's a totally random one, but me and my dad, he had a regular Nintendo. That was my first system ever, and I'm a huge hockey fan. I have been all my life. And Blades of Steel for the regular Nintendo was how like me and my dad would play Blades of Steel for like hours. And I don't know if you guys have ever played that game. It's not the like most crazy like nonsense going on. It's 5-on-5 with an up, down, left, right, B, and A, and that's it. And I loved every second of it. And it was just that's where it started, but from there on out, it became that was my go-to to have fun. If I wasn't outside playing Jailbreak or some kind of sport or hockey or something like that, I was usually playing some kind of video game. Or as I got a little bit older, I got into like Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, of course.
Dude, I'm a hardcore geek, man. People don't even know.
Dude, my dad,
I remember Yu-Gi-Oh was so popular in like the early 2000s.
My dad went to China in like 2009, and he brought me back like boxes of Yu-Gi-Oh cards because I guess they're a lot cheaper there. And
I'm telling you right now, if you still have any of those, you can send them to me.
If I can find them, I will, because I mean, the only problem with them is like I think a lot of them are fake. But I literally got like all the legs and arms of what's that guy called?
Exodia.
Exodia. I had like the whole thing and like
that.
So many.
That's phenomenal, man. No, so like a regular booster box, like the first ones that came over in English. So the first ones that were released here are called Legend of Blue Eyes. It was the first box. If you have one of those sealed right now, they're going like like not even graded. They go for like regularly like $15,000-$20,000.
No way.
Yep.
And what if it's fake though, like a Chinese one?
No, then it's not worth like it'll probably be worth like $40 or $50. But when they first came out, I remember I went into a ShopRite with my mom. I bought my first ever pack there. The packs were $2. The boxes were like $40. That same box that like I saw when I was a kid right now is probably like 10 grand. It's incredible.
Dude, that's freaking nuts.
It is freaking nuts. Like, hold on. Like, let me go grab the level of just so you understand what's going on here. I'll be right back.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
This guy's a legend.
He's got a dude. I mean, I'm already curious as to what's in his video game collection too.
Go listen to I Call Fives.
Listen to I Call Fives, man. When you do, you can be super cool and get all the
oh my god, dude.
All the Pokemon. We got Charizards.
Dude, holy shit.
Whole base set, another Charizard, Blastoise, all I got first edition nonsense, dude. My level of geek knows no bounds. It just,
oh my god, dude.
It just keeps going, page after page after page of that stuff. And it's funny. I saw someone post a random YouTube video of oh my god, he's a huge kid on YouTube. He was opening like first edition base set Pokemon cards and like, oh, this one's worth like $120,000 right now. And I'm like, I got one of those.
How stoked were you when Pokemon Go got released?
Oh my god, I was driving around in my car. Oh my god, I must have killed like 3 people in my life.
Dude, people were assholes when that came out though. That's the only problem.
100%. And it's that's I'm of course I'm joking, but I can't tell you how like there's like a local park down the street from when that first came out from the apartment that I lived in at the time.
Yeah.
And it was bad, man. There were kids walking around, but then there's like, 60-year-old guys walking around with like 8 phones in their hands at the same time.
What? Old guys were doing it?
Oh my god, are you kidding me? I don't know if it was it was monstrous here. But yeah, there's
did you ever play Pokemon Stadium for Nintendo 64?
Absolutely. That's right back there. We got it.
Yeah. Pokemon Snap.
I regret selling that.
Yeah.
Oh, why would you sell it? I bought a new one.
Because I was stupid. I bought it. I sold it like 7 years back.
Because I have it right over here. I have that. I got Mario Party. All the good ones.
Hell yeah, man.
That's my favorite.
Those are the classics.
Yeah, Mario Party's my shit. So
he-
just last week on the 19th, I Call Fives put out a cover of Saves the Days at Your Funeral. What's been the overall reception to the release? I personally can't stop listening to it.
Again, thank you. So far, everything's been awesome. Everybody has been like really excited about it. I really haven't heard any negativity, which is a real surprise. Like
Really?
being, I mean, not again. There's always it's the internet. There's always someone that's going to complain about something, and I can't be more thankful that it was received so well so far.
Oh yeah.
The only like thing mutterings I've heard is people who are upset that there's not, original content with this
Yeah.
first release. And that I understand because I'm the same way.
I get it.
We have an original song right now that is ready to go, but
Mhm.
it's going to be released at the end of next month or early April.
Ooh, hell yeah.
It's called Be Kind, and
Mhm.
it's awesome. It's about not being an asshole. So
Fuck
yeah.
So
When I wrote this song, it was very apparent what it was about.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for you guys all to hear it because I'm excited to release it. My wife, who happens to be a very big I Call Fives fan, of course,
Mhm.
but she listens to it in her car. Like she pulled up to we have a 2-year-old. She pulled up from getting our 2-year-old from her mom's house the other day, and she was blasting out the window. I was like, yo, you can't be playing that like that. Like, no one gets to hear that but you. Come on. Those are the perks of being married to Jeff from I Call Fives.
How'd you guys meet? Was it from the band or?
So before I was in I Call, this is super weird. Before I was in I Call Fives, I was in a band called Striving for Better.
Okay.
And we were pretty popular around this area. And we she had a Sweet 16 party when I was 19 at the time, or 20. I think I was about to turn 20. She had a Sweet 16 party, and her parents booked out a VFW hall for her birthday because all she wanted was a show with Striving for Better, the band I was the front man for.
Yeah.
I Call Fives, which was the band that had just started, that I was not a part of. The Crosstown Rivalry. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with them, but that's Chris McClellan, our former guitar player. That was his band at the time.
Sounds familiar.
And yeah, it's if you haven't checked them out, they're I mean, obviously they don't exist anymore, but awesome band and awesome dudes. But yeah, no. So we played her Sweet 16. I'd never met her in my life. I was like, oh, cool, and then never said a word to her, never talked to her, nothing like that. 2 years later, she came to an I Call Five show. and apparently she just she obviously had a huge crush on me because I'm super duper handsome. And no, and then she ended up Facebook messaging me, or at that time it was probably a MySpace message. No, it was Facebook messaging. She sent me like a Facebook message and asking if I wanted to go do something or like go, and then we went to a Phillies game together, and I was like, this girl is after my heart. Yeah, no, I'm a all Philly sports thing. I love all sports, but I'm a gamer of all sorts.
That's a pretty punk rock love story. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. It worked out really well. And then obviously now we're very happily married. We bought a house together. We have a lovely child together. Yeah, life rules.
Did you do like a cool proposal, or was it just like basic get down on a knee?
No. So no. Did you do something awesome or did you suck? No, I'm just playing. So I got, which is ironic. So we went to, again, we're and that's one thing that also kind of sealed the deal for me. She's a huge hockey fan as well. So we went to a few Flyers games together, and then I have a cousin who works for, well, at the time worked for Comcast, who owns like Comcast Spectacor, the Flyers.
Yeah.
So I got him to get us like a luxury diamond box, and then I told her that, hey, listen, Chris got us this box, and we're gonna go get to see the game for free, and it's free food and free drinks all night. It's gonna be awesome. And then we went there, and she gave me grief about it too. She's like, I got work, I can't get off. I had to call her manager. I'm like, listen, my wife is about to ask you to take off. You are going to let her go because, and don't tell anyone or even smile at her. Like,
Yeah.
I am going to propose to her. And so, but anyways, when we got there, I had it like a thing go up on the board,
Oh, hell
and
yeah.
they made it look like she won like a prize, like a random ticket drawing thing. And they brought her in like this signed puck and all this stuff. And then on the other side of the signed puck, it says, "Will you marry me?" And she turned around and I was on a knee, and it was awesome, man. It worked out really,
Wow.
really well. And she said yes. And then like
The place went
5
nuts.
seconds later, the Flyers scored. I was like, it's meant to be.
Oh, wow. That's so cool.
Yeah.
So
Hell yeah.
Casey Cavalier from the Wonder Years produced and mixed the cover you guys just put out. How was it working with him?
It was awesome. Yeah, Casey's a friend of ours. He's a very, very good dude. He is
Yep.
an awesome, awesome engineer.
Mhm.
And my favorite part was the pre-pro. So when we first went into the song, went in with the song, I had written this song acoustic,
Mhm.
and we molded it into a full band song,
Yeah.
and then we brought it to Casey, and we're like, here's our idea. This is what we wanted to go with, and then eventually, we actually moved some stuff around. We took a little bit out, added a little bit in to really make it as full as possible, and the end result was awesome. And that's that's I told everyone that we're working with, our manager, the label, everything. We're like, listen, man, let's get this out. Like, I'm
Yeah.
hyped. I'm ready to go. But yeah, it's a pun. But yeah, it's no, it's awesome. And working with him was phenomenal. Not only is he a great dude, but he knows his stuff.
Oh, he's an excellent musician.
Yeah, absolutely. And
So-
a great dude. That's
Oh,
that's
yeah.
that's my thing. You can be the most phenomenal musician in the world, but if you're a dick, I don't like you.
All the Wonder Years were super nice over the years.
A
That whole band's
100%.
nice. Yeah.
We're very good friends with the dudes from the Wonder Years.
Yeah.
They've all been nothing but phenomenal to us. That's what
Mhm.
Kennedy, their drummer, actually played drums on the cover, and he played drums on the single we're going to release at the end of next
Oh,
month.
hell yeah. Dude, they're a hardworking band.
They are a very hardworking band. Yeah, because of the whole pandemic and nonsense. Our drummer lives in Long Island, New York.
Mhm.
So to have him come down here for practices and anything
Yeah.
like that, it was such a pain.
It's tough.
And Kennedy, he lives right down the street from us. So when we were able to have a practice where we could all come together, and because obviously we've been practicing via like Skype and
Mhm.
writing things and sending back and forth because of this whole nonsense, but
Mhm.
when we had the capability to get together and finish the drums for the song,
Mhm.
it turned out great. And yeah, I'm super, super thankful for Kennedy for helping us out for that.
Mike Kennedy is a good friend.
Yes, he is.
Hell yeah. So
Song is a lie.
was this the first time you guys were in a room together in years then for like the whole band or most of the band?
Yeah, it was a very, very long time. So when we departed in 2014, we did our last tour in Australia. We did the
Mhm.
Soundwave Festival with like Green Day and
Hell yeah.
We're All in Panic at the Disco and stuff like that. When we got back from that, it sort of became like, all right, everybody off to live their lives and
Yeah.
grow up and get old. And then, and then so there were opportunities throughout the years where we had the chance to, like, we had offers to go out on tours in foreign countries. We had offers to go to like Japan and Europe and stuff like that, it just wasn't at that point in time in our lives to where we were ready to get back into it. I like, especially the last time I was asked to go out on like a decent sized tour, I was like, my wife's pregnant. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
But now that I got a 2-year-old now. He's a little
Yeah.
monster. He's the best little dude in the history of the world. But yeah,
You're
now
gonna
that
teach him
we're
guitar, I hope, right?
Oh, hell
oh
yeah.
my God, he is going to be a genius on every instrument,
That's
every
great.
sport. He's going to be an all-star.
Hell yeah.
Like this
Excellent.
kid. That's why I named him Jeff Todd. Yeah, he's
Oh, his name's Jeff. I didn't even know that.
Yep. So I'm a junior. He's the third. So we call him JT3.
Oh, that's the way to do it.
Nice.
Yeah, he's gonna be a beast. I'm very, very excited to show him everything that I know, and yeah, he's gonna be better than me. He's gonna be a better singer. Everything.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So you guys were actually supposed to play shows in 2020, correct? I mean, I heard it was going to be like a 10-year anniversary for Bad Advice.
Yeah, so we were gonna play a 10-year anniversary for Bad Advice. We're gonna play we were looking at doing probably like 3 or 4 shows in
Okay.
bigger cities, where
Not
we
on
had
the East
a little
Coast,
bit
or-
bigger of a following. But yeah, it got to a point where obviously that definitely wasn't going to happen. So we put out like the public apology, but again, like
Mhm.
I wasn't leaving my house for anything.
Yeah.
And the other guys felt the same way. It's not only was it in the best interest for us, but it's in the best interest for our friends and fans.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Was
of
there
course.
like a last show you went to before the pandemic hit?
Yeah. So the last show I went to before the pandemic hit was Tenacious D.
Oh,
What?
fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
Me and the wife are big Tenacious D fans,
Ah.
and it was actually really cool. They had just released a new album that I had no clue they had released.
Yeah, of course.
But the whole beginning of the show was like they played the full like brand new album in full, and I was like, oh my god, we're gonna hear all new stuff and not know what the hell's going on. But it had like this whole like theatrical production going on while they were playing it,
Mm-hmm.
and it was hilarious. And I was
Man.
laughing my ass off, and I just remember thinking like, you know how difficult it is to like have a show and have people come to to hear the favorites, and and then you play something they've never heard, and then
Yeah.
they're just stoked on it. Like
Ah.
that's how you are an pinnacle top of your game entertainer. And yeah, they were phenomenal. And then of course they played all the hits, and it was just it was so much fun. They're hilarious dudes, the music's awesome, and it's great.
The last one I think I saw was this punk band called Guttermouth. I don't know if you ever heard of them.
I know Guttermouth. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude! The singer was mad hammered, and I saw like three fights within like 5 minutes.
Oh my god.
It was in a bowling alley. It was crazy.
Yeah, I saw.
Ironically, the last time we played in a bowling alley, which was in the last one I can remember was in Glassboro, New Jersey, and there was a fight. Something synonymous about punk shows and bowling alleys leading
Yeah.
to fights.
Isn't that where our screening was? Wasn't that screening that we went to in New Jersey? At
Yeah,
a bowling alley?
It was Asbury Lanes in Asbury Park,
no,
Jersey.
yeah,
You know,
Asbury Lanes is huge. Now that's like an hour and a half for me. This was like a Brunswick zone in like a town like 10 minutes from us, and as a matter of fact, it's closed now.
Yeah.
But it was closed like 2 years ago. They had this like little bar section that could maybe had a cap of like I'd say 30 people max, and we had like 80 kids crammed in there side by
Yeah.
side. Yeah, we broke all the rules there. It was great. And then that's why fights break out in a
Yeah.
bowling.
We worked on a film like 9 years ago with this company called Troma. I don't know if you ever heard of them.
I haven't off the top of my head.
They're
Toxic Avenger.
they're like New
I know the
Jersey-
Toxic Avenger. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's one of their films.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's why we went to New Jersey for that screening.
That's really cool.
They actually did that head-on collision video too for Newfound Glory, which I found
Did
out like
they?
2 years ago. I was like, what? Same people that did Toxic Avenger? Fuck.
Yeah, so kind of
That
like what
rules.
so like what Kellen was saying. We just did a movie like 9 years back when we were all living in Buffalo, New York, still, and then they had and then they had the rough cut. What was it? The rough cut screening of it.
Yeah, it was like the super rough cut.
and so we decided, okay, we're gonna get a couple of friends of ours that were also involved in it, and we just traveled to all 6 to 7 hours all the way from Buffalo to New Jersey just to attend this screening event.
It was wild.
Yeah, you're talking to the wrong person about driving across the country for stupid reasons.
Exactly. Dude.
I wouldn't call them stupid reasons for things you're passionate about.
Didn't you go from like New Jersey to Washington at one point?
Yep.
What?
I
So
know that story.
So we were about to set out on a tour, which was 3 tours combined into one because we hustled back
Yeah.
in the day.
Of course.
We played our show in Philly, our hometown show. Actually, no, ironically, we played our first show in Woodbury, which is now the town I live in. And then we played in Philly, started making our way out west. We were heading towards Pittsburgh. We were in Amish country, and then and this was day 3 of what was going to be about a 2-month tour. And day 3, our engine decided to explode into a million pieces. So we're sitting
Oh,
on the side of the highway,
Oh shit!
and we're in Amish country.
Oh,
We
Ooh.
we get a tow truck come out, and the guy brings our van to his like tow truck spot, which is like a barn in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, this is done. He's like, this will cost way more than this van's worth. And so we went home, and then we were very unhappy, and we missed 5 shows that were supposed to take us out to the West Coast. We were supposed to hit I think we were supposed to do Chicago, Michigan,
Damn.
Minnesota, and
Those are
then
big cities.
yeah, and it's a bummer for us because they're also one of like, especially Chicago.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
always done so well there,
Yeah.
and now the first, missing shows like that's always a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
But when we got home, we got some help from some friends and family, and we replaced the engine in this. We literally just paid for the engine out of pocket. Like, we literally scraped together as a band, as well as help. We had help from our families as well.
Yeah.
And that we put an engine into this with Drew's uncle actually helped us out with it. He did all the work at no cost to us. So it ended up saving us like $8,000. It was incredible. He really did us a huge favor. So he puts this new engine, and then we've got, I think it was like 3 days to get to Tacoma, Washington. And so we just drove, and we did not stop. We drove from New Jersey, and the only time we stopped is for gas. We never pulled over. We never slept. None of that stuff. And we showed up maybe an hour and a half before our set. And I'll never forget. It's ironic. It was called the It's Been a Summer Fest in Tacoma, Washington. Ironically, and the whole time we're driving there, they're like, oh, they asked us to play a New Found Glory cover. I was like, hell yeah, let's do It's Been a Summer.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And then we ended up getting there, we played the show, and we continued on from there. We actually met up with, that tour was with Sea Haven,
Okay.
and Heart to Heart.
Oh, I've seen Heart to Heart.
And Second to Last was the other one. And we did that. We hung out with them on the West Coast. And then when we got to, I think Vegas is where we split up. Sea Haven fell off, and Second to Last fell off.
Yeah.
And I forget where the rest of that tour went. But I know eventually at one point we met up with the Punches. And then after that we met up with Handguns. Yeah, it was again, we really just, we didn't want to be home. Like, if there was an opportunity to play a show, we took it. And in hindsight, we probably should have toured a little bit less and wrote a little bit more and put out a little bit more material. And that's like, for me, that's why I'm so excited now.
Yeah.
Because I have so much material, and we have so much material, and we're very excited. So not only we're gonna release the single either late next month or early in April, but we're trying to get, right now we're trying to get back in the studio so we can we already have all the material for another EP too.
Yeah.
So we're ready to head right back on in, and we're trying to get another 2021 release. So
fuck yeah, drop it on my birthday, March 30th.
March 30th.
Hell yeah.
I've had like 5 requests to drop it on certain dates. I've got the 27th, I've got the 30th, I've got the 29th, but we'll see what happens.
The 30th will bring you good luck.
I'm telling you right now, if there was some way that I could release it tomorrow, I'd do it.
Oh, please.
I'm so excited to put this stuff out, but the way the industry works now with making sure we get, backed by Spotify and all this crazy stuff, everything has to be planned out so succinctly. So I just sit here, I look pretty, and I sing the songs. They take care of the business end. That's why we have a manager and a label.
There you go.
I saw that band Heart to Heart a long time ago in Cleveland, and that singer almost killed me. He literally jumped off the stage, like did this crazy stage dive, and he's a big guy, I think, if I'm thinking of the same band.
You talking about Nick Zappa?
I think so.
Yeah,
Dude.
he is a wrestler now called Zicky Dice.
Oh my god.
He's huge.
Does he do AEW?
I don't know if he's going to. I think he's currently unaffiliated. I think he's weighing out his options right now. Twitch just employed him to do his own talk show. Like Amazon, and he's got his own like stream channel. And dude, he's one of the funniest dudes in the history of the world. He was actually so he not only did he sing for Heart to Heart, but before we actually toured with him, he actually came out with us and sold some merch for us on a few shows. Which, if you're an up and coming band, you and you have the ability to do it, to sell merch for a bigger band and just hang out, make some friends,
Of
not only
course.
with the band you're selling merch for. That is your foot into the industry once touring
Connections.
becomes a thing again.
100%.
It is all about connections. I can't. The first time we ever. So when we went out with Real Friends, we did a week with Real Friends,
Okay.
and the singer from Knuckle Puck was selling their merch, and I like
Joe.
and I'll never forget. We're sitting in the van, and he hands me. He's like, "Here, check out my band. Here's my demo." And like, and I remember handing this. I was like, "Knuckle Puck." I was like, "Hell yeah, Mighty Ducks, dude. Hell yeah." and I probably had one conversation with him after that, and like, you know, I listened to the demo. I thought it was awesome. I was like, hell yeah, these guys are great. And then it got to the point where we went overseas. We came back. We did Warped Tour. We did one American tour, and then we were considering what we were going to do next, and that's when we kind of disbanded.
Yeah.
And then like 2 years later, we get offered to go on to go to Soundwave in Australia, and we get there, and you know, Real Friends is huge at the time. The Story So Far is now huge. Like all these bands that like were like up and coming, and like were you know, the openers on the tours that we were doing at the time are now just monstrous. And I'm like, oh my god, what have we done? We fucked up. We left too early.
Well, you're making a comeback, and I'm stoked.
we certainly are, and I'm stoked on it too. But no, that's I'm telling you, man. You get the opportunity to go hang out with some friends, get to see the world. You don't have to make a friggin' dime. The experience you'll get and the connections you'll make. If you want to make it in this industry, that's what it's all about.
Every industry, really, honestly, connections are everything.
100%. Yeah, everything. That's I gotta make some like super cool video game streamer connections, and
that's why I love podcasting. Because honestly, dude, it's like so many connections from just the last year of doing this, and you're only like 24th episode. I mean, we talk to half the people still.
Yeah,
that's awesome, and that's what it's all about, man.
Yeah,
it's people helping people, baby. It's powerful stuff. But no, it really is. It's incredible how being like just personable with people like that are in certain positions, but being real like with those people goes so much further than just trying to establish that connection. That's and I made this mistake when I was young. I really felt like I was just, you know, I was trying to be like, I wanted to be the super pop punk icon. I wanted to be the freaking awesome singer guy that everyone talked about. You know, I mean, when I was young enough, like I wanted to be like Brendan Urie. Like I just wanted to be like this ridiculous, over the top, awesome dude. And as awesome and cool as that is, like it's, you know, that's not exactly who I am. You know,
exactly.
I am my own thing. I'm a little bit of a geek. I love singing. I love, you know, stage dives and, you know,
dude,
hanging out at shows, man. But
you gotta be yourself.
100%. And again, that's, if I could say anything, dude, be yourself, be personable, have a good time, and make connections, but make connections with people you like being around.
1000%.
It's all about maintaining good relationships and friendships with the people that you've encountered or worked with, or just, you know, in general encountered in life. But yeah. So what encouraged you to be the front man of a band?
Dude, I love being in front of people. It's funny, like in a one-on-one conversation, like I'm not the most chatty as people would assume. As a matter of fact, I typically I'm a great listener. No, but like if you put me in a party environment, like a setting where I can stand up in front of people and tell a joke, or if I can play, you know, I'll be that guy playing Wonderwall at the party, and everybody hates me. But everybody also is like, that gets pretty good. But no, the whole thing is, I just, and I wouldn't say that I wanted to be a front man in the band. I wanted to be a musician from a very young age. I wanted to be a musician. My dad was a lead singer in a band. He did like originals in like the 80s before I was born, but then he was in a bar band cover band, and he's still in said bar band cover band. And
which
he's
band?
like,
I want to hear what
he's in a band called King Richard, which
Hell yes.
it means King Dick. It's like- it's just-
Go listen to King Richard.
But yeah. So this guy, like he's he's the guy I've looked up to every day my entire life, and I'm very lucky to have two parents that were wonderful parents, and they also just just wonderful people. They love
yeah.
me. I love them to death. They've supported me from day one. I'm very, very lucky for that. And I've seen the type of man my father was, and I've always wanted to do that. And from a very young age, and that's why I'm trying to do the same thing for my son. I hope that I'm half the father my dad was for me, but like. I want to give him a better life than I have. I want him to be better at the things that I'm great at. I want him to be better at everything, and when I saw my dad from a very young age, with long ass hair, rocking out, like playing like freaking like 90s alt rock, I'm like, hell yeah, I'm going to do that. And that's why I started playing guitar. He was covering Green Day When I Come Around in like 1995 at a bar, and I was like, this song fucking rules. Wow. And I went to I was my 8 or 9 or something like that. Yeah. I asked and I remember this moment in my life, and it's really interesting what you remember from such a young age. Yeah, I was like, I need to go get that CD. And me and my mom went to Circuit City the next day and got a 2 for $10 CD sale. And I got Dude Ranch and Dookie.
Holy shit, the best.
From there on out, I had a clear path for the genre of music that I enjoyed playing. And it's, So anyways, that's how I really started getting into pop punk, let alone being a front man.
We pretty much got to owe it to those two bands. I mean, they're pretty much the two big ones that kind of blew it up, I would say.
100%.
Glory came after, yeah.
Well, yeah, and Green Day like pivoted the way, for that type of genre, especially since obviously, before you had like regular punk, and then like pop punk came around with a more, I would say more like, I wouldn't say family oriented audience, but more like,
mainstream,
more mainstream audience.
100%. And that's what they did. They took that style of music and brought it into your living room, which was, it's huge. It's just like, like Nirvana. You could use as an example, like no one listened to Kurt Cobain when he was playing in a shitty bar and thought, yo, this guy's going to make it. You hear Kurt Cobain sing and you'd be like, this guy needs to like shut up. And then you listen to his songwriting and like, just like his total devotion to what he's trying to get across. And like, this guy's a phenomenal, like he may not be a great singer, but he is a phenomenal artist. And like, that's, again, transitioning people's mindset from like what they see or what they hear and changing it into this, it became a generation's worth of music, which is awesome.
A lot of people gave it shit, but that documentary they did on him, the Montage of Heck one, that was pretty solid, I thought. On Kurt Cobain.
I did not watch that, but I love music documentaries, so
yeah, it's a good one.
I will absolutely check that out.
And then if you like the Bee Gees one from this past year was phenomenal.
So growing up, I have a Bee Gees story. Have you guys ever seen Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band?
Yeah, a long time ago, yeah.
Okay, so the Bee Gees star in Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, it is a movie written from front to back. It tells a story using Beatles songs and mostly the album Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. And it's phenomenal. And from a very young age, I loved it. And that's a lot of people, which is ironic because the Beatles, like, if not the greatest, one of the greatest bands of all time, amazing songwriters across multiple genres. Excuse me.
What's your favorite Beatles album?
Oh my God.
Rubber Soul.
I was going to say mine's probably going to be Abbey Road. It's just,
okay.
That was probably the biggest like influence on me songwriting wise. But yeah, no, everything they've ever done, they have shit songs, of course, everybody does. But most of what they do like transcends time. It's incredible.
Or actually, Peter Jackson, the guy who did Lord of the Rings and everything, he's putting together a Beatles documentary that's coming out later this year. It's all new footage that nobody's ever seen before.
That I will 100% watch.
gonna be crazy.
No questions asked. Huge Beatles fan. I love it. That's what they tried to do, something similar to what they did with Sgt. Pepper's with Across the Universe, like where they tried to tell a story using the songs that the Beatles did. And same thing. Like I don't think that movie was as well received as it could have been, but I love just because I love the music. I could literally have not even watched it and just listen to their versions of the song, and they're phenomenal.
It's great. Yeah.
Awesome.
Just like that movie Yesterday that came out, and I think it was last year. Yesterday.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude, I waited for it to come out, and then I forgot about it. And it was like 1 a.m. like 3 or 4 months ago. And I think my kid was sick or something like that. So I was literally just, I was putting him to sleep on my chest. And I was like, oh my God, I've watched every one of these damn episodes of It's Always Sunny 20 times. And I'm like clicking through Hulu, and I was like, holy shit, this is that movie I was so excited about. How did I not watch this? And apparently it had been out. And again, I don't think it was as advertised as well as it could have been after it actually was released. But I played through it, and I was like, you can fall in love with those songs all over again, which is that's why I love music so much. The first time he's sitting there playing when Yesterday, oh my, and he starts playing, and like they're like, oh my God, that's a beautiful song, and and I was just like, hell yeah, it is, man. Dude, that stuff's phenomenal. That stuff, like when it gives you like goosebumps, so you can change your life. That's songwriting. That's gorgeous.
So
I write pop punk, so
course,
I mean, if I can give you goosebumps, I love you. But like sometimes there's a little bit of a difference, but that's why I'm excited for all this new stuff, because it's definitely pop punk, it's definitely I Call Fives, but it's also much more mature, much more informed, and there's so much more like value within the songs. So that's what, like, again, there's a meaning that's like deeper to me personally that like I can tie into, like, not that the old stuff didn't have that, but now like I'm a little
taking it up
older, a little wiser,
and
I can crush that story into catchiness.
Do you have lyrics about your body breaking down and getting all old?
No weak bones or anything of that nature, but I'm sure that'll come down the line. I mean, I'm not that old. Damn, my body still works. I stay in shape, but
I was about to say you got another like 30-40 years until you can officially say you're
hell yeah, dude.
Exactly.
So joining I Call Fives initially, you replaced the former singer, and I know you received some flack for that. What was that like?
It sucked. It was a real bummer because the singer of the band previously, James, we were friends before that, cool. And we actually, it's ironic, we went to the same like summer camp. We went to an acting camp together, and where they crafted our ability to sing and perform on stage. No, but it was really funny because I had just left that band that I was talking about earlier, Striving for Better. And he actually, I worked at Best Buy at the time. He actually stopped by Best Buy and he's like, yo, dude, he's like, I think I'm parting ways with I Call Fives. I was like, oh man, he's like, that sucks, dude. And then I had been doing some solo stuff at the time. So he actually asked me what I was using to like record. And I was like, dude, here, like, I bought it from here. And I was like, I'm using Sony Acid and like just like an SM58 that I plugged into my computer. But then it got to a point where like a month later, Justin Wiley, who I was really good friends with, he's the singer of there's a band called The Morning Of. I'm not sure if you guys ever heard of them, but he's from the area, and he was really good friends with Drew, and he had talked to Drew. He's like, he's like Jeff says he doesn't want to be in a band right now, but I was like, if you guys need a singer, I mean, he's an awesome singer. And I was like, yeah, obviously. But and then Justin reached out to me. He's like, yo, man. He's like, you should go with these guys. It's like they have they have a chance to be big. And little 18 or 19. At that time it was probably 20. Well, 20-year-old me was ready to just see the world, ready to have fun. I was in college at the time, but it wasn't something I was super stoked on. Like I missed playing music. It only took maybe 3 or 4 months of not being able to like play in a band or play live shows in the area to where I was really itching to get back at it. So they set up a practice. I showed up to Ant, our guitar player's garage.
Mm-hmm.
His mom welcomed me with a glass of lemonade. Says, "Oh, they're in the friggin' garage, being loud." I'm like, "Okay." And so they queued up Coast to Coast, and they're like, "You know this one, right?" And I was like, "Yep." And you told me to learn it, so I learned it. And they're like, and we played through it, and they're like, "Fuck yeah, dude, let's do this." And it worked out great. But yeah, for the first until we released Bad Advice, which actually gives bad advice, until we released like the acoustic stuff, I heard nothing but constant like, "Oh, dude, bring back the old singer." Like, you haven't even heard me yet, man. Like,
they probably changed pretty quick once they heard it.
They did. So once, and again, thank God, Bad Advice was very, very well received.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
So once that hookiness of Elevator music came out, and people again, Elevator and Take the Fall. I'll never hear the end of it, but yeah, once that catchiness like settled in, and even when we were playing like local shows and stuff, we'll always. And I remember the last show we played in this area, there were still people coming up asking for songs off, the First Things First EP, and that's a part of the band, playing those songs, and like that's the reason I joined the band, because I like those songs.
Exactly,
yeah, and like, and I'll never understand the negativity that comes from people who don't give people like a chance to. I understand if you don't like me, I get it,
yeah,
but it was what it was at the time, and then it eventually became, now it's several years later, and it's many more songs recorded later, and it hasn't been an issue obviously for some very long time, but at the time, it was difficult. It was a pain in the butt, but it was what it was. In the end, you gotta really see through that, and you'll always receive. And that's what I said, especially with the internet now, you'll always receive hate. That's what I remember. We did an acoustic video of My Last Mistake, of us playing in an apartment, and there was this one comment where the guy said, it said like, "Ah, dude, this sucks. Like, bring back the original singer," or something like that. And then the love and support I received on that one comment, this guy got like 300 down likes, and like a bunch of people saying like, "Yo, fuck you, dude. This guy can sing." And like, as much as it's funny, you don't think like we would look at that stuff or care about it.
Yeah.
I love that shit. I love that people support and like come to us 100%. Dude, like nothing makes me feel better than when I show up to Covington, Kentucky, or like something like that in the middle of nowhere, and I'm like, "I know your name." You know why? Because you wrote this random comment on a YouTube video. And like it's I mean, obviously I don't remember everyone's name or anything like that, but it's like shit like that resonates with me. Like, you defended someone that you've probably never met in your life or something like that, just because you thought it was the right thing to do. You're a good person. Let's go. Let's rock the fuck out.
Yeah, and honestly, hatred is good at times. I feel like you need a little bit of hate to even out the good,
100%. Yeah. You can either let it destroy you or let it motivate you. And especially at the beginning there, that was hyper motivation.
Well, think of it like this way, sometimes haters are the biggest fans because they still pay attention to you.
100%. I mean, there's a reason people tweet random nonsense at us. Like, it was like 2017 or 2018 or something like that, where we posted like a random picture of us, like, and this is, we weren't together, we weren't writing music, like nothing like that, and then just how much just random people just chiming in, and I'm like, wow, these people actually still care. That's awesome. Like, good or bad, just to have, the name on the lips of many is always a good thing.
So is Drew still busy sexting?
Yeah, with some girl he met last show. No.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no. So I hope he's not sexting right now. I don't know. No, I'm just playing.
Just a little one.
Yeah.
So
no, he's funny. No, he's the man. It's funny because when we broke up, like we always stayed friends, but especially over the past couple of years, we've become a lot closer, and ironically, not even be able to be a lot closer physically, but it's just really, it's crazy when we look back and see like how different and how the same we are.
Yeah.
But yeah, when we're touring, everybody thinks that every band's like you're all best friends and you're gonna conquer the world.
Hell yeah.
We were all friends, 100%. We were
Mhm.
all good and cool with each other, but that's what, and like sometimes it was just my fault. Like I was just like, when I got to shows, like I would be like warming up or
Yeah.
doing something else, or I got my head buried in my PSP that had every emulator buried. I told you I'm such a huge geek. I was always playing some kind of game or something like that. Or I had my Game Boy Color playing Pokemon or something.
Oh hell yeah.
But like I feel like we even have a better relationship now than we did when we were locked inside a van for years, traveling all over the world. It's really, it's cool being able to see that, like how you've grown as friends over that period of time. It's definitely interesting.
Mhm.
So what's the craziest thing you had ever seen when you were on Warped Tour?
Titties.
Oh, jeez. So Warped Tour is the funnest, weirdest. I had two goals in my life. I established when I was 12 years old. I wanted to tour Warped Tour, and I wanted to play with Green Day. I got to do both those things in
You
my
did 'em
life
both.
with Alcohol Fives, and that's why I will always. That when Drew reached out when we first started writing again, he's like, yeah, would you be interested in maybe getting back together, playing some songs and see what we come up with. Hell yeah. I will like this not only was such a huge part of my life,
Mhm.
but it's, it helped me reach those life goals at the age of like 25,
Mhm.
which was friggin' nuts. But on Warped Tour, the craziest thing, oh my goodness. It's most of them, like all the weird stuff with like porta potties, people taking friggin'
Nasty shits there.
yeah, horrible, awful. Oh my god, knocking shit over,
Oh, so gross.
showering. Like
I never
it
went to
just,
the bathroom at Warped. No, unless I got to go.
do
in there.
yeah, that's you're on your own on that one, buddy.
Yeah.
It was such like a thing. Whenever they opened the gates for wherever we showed up at Warped Tour, we like everyone ran to the fresh porta potties. You had to get it all out as soon as, because after that you had no shot. Everybody ran to like the showers because usually the places that because you got to think about it. How many bands are on Warped Tour? How
Too
many
many.
merch people? How many people that are working the stage crew? Like roadies? Like there's there's only so much hot water. There's
Yeah.
only so I mean, obviously you have like the top tier bands. Most of the people have like the huge like RVs and stuff like that, so they're comfortable and stuff.
Mhm.
But when you do that, when you do Warped Tour the hard way, you see a lot of crazy, interesting stuff. But yeah, I'm trying to think of something absolutely ridiculous, but there's so much of it. uh, oh my goodness.
It's all good if you can't remember anything. I know you
Nah,
guys.
Dude,
You
I'm
guys.
trying to think.
comes to your
I'm trying to
mind.
think off the top of my head. And it's not coming to me right now. I'm just pulling a blank. But
If
it's
it comes-
kind of ridiculous.
If it comes up towards the end, then just spout it out.
All right, sounds good. All right,
I know
go
you
ahead.
guys had a really tight window for your set. Like you couldn't change any songs. 'Cause-
Oh yeah, we had 22 minutes exactly, and then
That's it. Damn.
22 minutes.
That's nothing.
Yeah, it really is. That's so we had
Power through it.
7 songs, maybe 8 if we played faster, and sometimes we played faster.
No time to breathe.
Yeah, which in the end it was kind of a bummer because it doesn't give you a chance to actually like settle down and engage with the crowd as much as you like to, which is my favorite part of this, like the set. Like and the other guys, it's not their favorite song to play, but I love playing elevator music as many times as we played it. That
Mhm.
my favorite part of every set is when I drop that microphone and everybody sings that "I hope this" song, and then the everybody kicks on. Like that's such like a like. It's just an
So good.
experience, man. I like
So good.
stand outside of my body and look at
Yeah.
like, good job, sir, and then I go back into my body and finish the song. But no, but it's dude, it's such a rewarding moment. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, it was absolutely nuts.
It's funny. I usually just take the stairs up to my apartment, but today I took the elevator just because we're having this podcast.
Nah.
I was like,
That's
oh, I'm
awesome.
just gonna do that.
Yeah, I was playing Luigi's Mansion 3 with my wife on stream on Sunday, and
my
Luigi's
God.
Mansion 3, you
I
keep
always
going
wanted to
in and
play
out
that.
of the elevator, and every time I got into the elevator, some random person in the chat would be like, "Listen to the elevator music, Jeff."
Asshole.
Yeah.
So you guys won the Glamour Kills dodgeball tournament in Philadelphia. Did you play sports growing up?
Oh yeah, dude, I played everything.
Hockey.
Hockey was my go-to, but I played football, I played baseball, and it's so
Okay.
there's a video of the championship round. It was us versus the Wonder Years, and I clutched it hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it got down to Matt Brash and Soupy against me, and I heaved this heater that looked like it came out of the pitcher's head from Sandlot. You know, he's got the heater. Dude, I sidearmed this and I hit Matt Brash in like his like right ass cheek as he was trying to dodge.
Oh.
And
Oh, he
then I
must love that.
started. I was just so caught up in the moment. I started like pre-celebrating, and I turned around, and I just hear the crowd start freaking out. I spin around, and Soupy's throwing the ball at me, and I catch it in my gut last second for the win. And I was just like, hell yeah. And dude, everyone freaked out. It was nuts. We had such a good time. It was us, obviously the Wonder Years. We Are the In Crowd.
Okay.
Oh my God, who else was on that? But dude, it was so much fun nonetheless.
Legendary.
Yeah,
Philly's amazing.
It was a great time. Chunk No Captain Chunk was on it.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, we had a great time, and then unfortunately we didn't get invited back to defend our title.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, the next year, because obviously we at that point I don't think we were together or actually touring anymore. But
My buddy Adam literally just messaged me just now and said, "Why did they take the demo off Spotify? I Call Fives."
oh, first things first. So we took down First Things First because we weren't happy about a certain song on the EP and what it was actually kind of saying towards
Yeah.
a certain group of individuals, and we that was done many years ago. Obviously I wasn't a part of the band
Mhm.
when that first came out, but we think one of those songs sends a very wrong message,
Oh,
and
okay.
we wanted to take it down.
Mhm.
We know it pissed a lot of people off 100%, and
Okay.
it's a pain because obviously, like I said, even I love the songs too, but it's more important to us that we're genuine to who we are as people, and we don't want to send that message.
Mhm.
And that's I guess that's I would say again,
That sums it up.
it's a question for all of us. Obviously I wasn't here, so I wasn't a huge contributing factor in the decision to
Mhm.
take it down, but I definitely voiced my opinion on it.
Mhm.
And so we did what we thought was best, not only for us as a band, but just for anyone who actually was listening, because it
Mhm.
definitely sends a message that we weren't stoked on.
Yeah. Well, that was
Yeah.
wild timing. Shout out to Adam Warinsky. He's actually the guy that showed me your band a very long time ago, like 2010.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, again, I'm sorry we took that down.
No,
And,
it's cool. You could find it
so-
somewhere.
yeah, it's definitely out there.
In the bowels. Yeah.
I sold so many of those CDs on our first tour. My first tour ever with I Call Fives. We went out with the Wonder Years, and I just remember we had boxes and boxes and boxes of this CD that I wasn't on, and had a picture of the old singer's face on the back of it. And I'm like, "Here, buy this CD." And they're like, "Who the hell are you?" I was like, "I'm the new guy." But yeah, good stuff.
So, who would you say were your top 3 musical inspirations?
My dad, number one, Green
Nice.
Day, and the Starting Line.
Oh, hell yeah. I was listening to them today.
So the Starting Line's probably if I had a gun held to my head and I just had to come out with favorite band right off the top of my head, they'd probably be the band that came out of my mouth. I saw them at a very hell yeah. I saw them at a very young age play a venue called Grand Slam USA in Vineland, New Jersey, which is like and the booking agent was Double D Booking. I'll never forget that, because they were like huge at the time. Like they were the South Jersey booking agency. Like if you were like a good band, that's who booked you. At that time, that was like a Sense of Belonging, who members of that later became Man Overboard, and like who else? members of Striving for Better would play down there, and it was and then I saw the starting line play with Tokyo Rose, and I was just like, these guys are fucking awesome. This is what I want to do. I mean, they're playing at a batting cage place right now. So, I mean, like, you can really tell that I like them for the music, not because there was like this huge monstrous artist. But yeah, Say It Like You Mean It, based on a true story, Direction, front to back. I love all of those albums. And they're also from Philly. They all live in Philly now, 5 minutes from where I live. And that's where the other guys live. But it's just
Awesome.
Yeah, awesome bands. Green Day, obviously, again, because they had just such a huge influence on me. Like my first band I was ever like, I started when I was I don't know, I was 12 or 13 years old. We were called Empty Minded. We were terrible, but we were, like, I'm proud of the stuff we wrote at that time. Like, I'm like, if you told me that was a 12 or a 13-year-old doing like the recorded stuff that we had right now, I'd be like, hell yeah, man. These guys,
but if it wasn't for them, I Call Fives might maybe never have happened. You never know. It's
very. I mean, it's possible. Well, at least I might not have been in I Call Fives.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if it wasn't. Seriously, if it wasn't for my dad playing that random cover, and for me, my mom taking me to Circuit City the next day to buy Dookie, I might be a country artist. I don't know, man.
Rest in peace, Circuit City.
Yeah. No, rest in peace, Circuit City is for real.
And Media Play.
Oh yeah, I loved Media Play. So you ended up sitting next to David Brockie, also known as Odorous Orungus, from the most shocking band probably ever to exist. Gwar.
Hell yeah.
So you ended up sitting next to him on the airplane on the way to Soundwave Festival in Australia. So tell us, what was it like getting to interact with him? What was he like?
I didn't know who the hell he was when he was sitting next to me, because he's not wearing his Odorous Orungus score. He's telling me like the most grotesque shit. I should have guessed, but I swear to you, I didn't understand the company I was in when I was on that friggin' plane. So I see this. I'm sitting away from the other guys in I Call Fives. We're kind of like spread throughout the plane a little bit, and I'm just like, damn, they couldn't have sat me next to my fucking band. We're on a 14-hour flight. Like, this is gonna be fucking nuts. And he was dressed poorly is the best way I could say it. And he was so fucking loud and just this obnoxious human being. And I was like, oh man, I'm not gonna be able to sleep on this plane, am I? Yeah. So we started chatting, and I'm like, this guy's got some fucking crazy stories. And he asked me what band I was in. I was like, I sing in a band called I Call Fives. He's like, hell yeah, man. He's like, you like what you're doing? Keep fucking doing it forever. Don't stop. Don't get a real job. Fuck the man. And I was like, hell yeah, dude. I was like, this guy's pretty cool. and I was like, obviously you're going to Soundwave. I was like, you in a band? He's like, oh yeah, man. He's like, I'm in Gwar. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, dude. He's like, I'm Odorous Orungus in Gwar. Rest in peace. But like, dude, he's fucking. And he went on and on and on, and everybody's sitting there listening to him because he did not stop telling stories. This guy could have written several books. And it's funny, when I had this huge like Gwar obsession when we got back from that tour. I watched Gwar play. I think we played like 11 or 12 dates that when we went down there for Soundwave. I don't remember the exact amount, but it's such a foggy memory when it comes to that nonsense. I remember the stuff that happened when I was there, but not the nonsense in terms of like how many shows we played, etc. But I went and saw Gwar almost every day, because even if you don't like Gwar's music, even if that's like not your style, it's what an entertaining show.
Oh, it's amazing.
Holy shit.
Bloody as shit.
Pyrotechnics, blood
everywhere.
What's supposed to be shit, like everywhere. Dude, it's ridiculous. You got giant fucking dragon eating people on stage. It was so cool. And then when I got back, my girlfriend at the time, who is now my wife, I was like, hey, check this out. And it's a reading. Otis, I was like, here, I hung out with this dude a bunch when we were on Soundwave, and it's him reading like a bedtime story to children, and I was laughing my balls off, and he's like laying into like Bush and like the band Bush, and yeah, glycerine.
Oh
Yeah.
God, I can't.
And like, and he's just like destroying that. And I'm like, dude, I was like, like, who would have known? This just regular fucking guy who's just this loud,
Yeah.
opinionated, awesome human being. And
I
it was,
still-
yeah, it was super cool. I'm so lucky that I've
Yeah.
got to meet so many
So many
amazing
legends.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. When I was walking on the plane, the first, because I didn't realize that this entire plane was filled with musicians. The
Mhm.
first thing I noticed, I was walking up the aisle and I saw the singer from Glassjaw, and he's
Oh,
a
shit.
fucking phenomenal singer. I didn't realize how tall he was. He's
Yeah.
a shorter gentleman, but I knew what his face looked like.
Yeah.
And I was just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I gotta start looking around. Who else is here?
Yeah.
And then we, we flew from show to show while we were there, and I sat next to the dudes from A Day to Remember. I sat next to the guys from fucking Bowling for Soup. I made great friends with the dudes from Bowling for Soup, by the way.
Oh, I love
what
those
a
guys.
fucking bunch of stand-up dudes.
Super nice
Like,
guys.
Super nice dudes. And that's so when you get on the tour, it was sponsored by Sailor Jerry.
Yeah.
They do spiced rum. And they paid for all the musicians to get free tattoos. They paid these tattoo artists to come through,
Mhm.
and we just threw them tips and bottles of spiced rum. And I'm like I'm gonna go get a free tattoo now. Like, hell yeah, I'm not turning this shit down. Which,
Yeah.
by the way, I now have a kangaroo on the inside of my left
Oh,
leg.
sweet.
But yeah, dude, it's fucking free
Instead of
tattoo.
Kangaroo
Hell yeah,
Jack, it's Kangaroo Jeff.
yeah, that's right. No, dude, and which is funny because if you've ever seen a show, dude, I got ups. I got
Hell yeah.
ups.
You bounce.
No, but I'm fucking stupid. Anyways, no, and I'm standing in line with the dudes from Bowling for Soup, and the tattoo artist is like, hey guys, is like, we're heading home after this. We don't have time to do anymore. And the fucking singer from Bowling for Soup is like, he's like, come on, man. He's like, I'll fucking sing you a song. I'll write you a song right now. Just he's like, I want to fucking, I think he wanted like a koala or some shit, like
Holy
holding
shit.
the Australian flag. And he's like, just hook it up. He's like, all right, sounds good. And and I was like, hey, if you're gonna take him, you might as well take me.
Yeah.
And so they told me to fuck myself. And then no, I'm just playing. But they were super cool. And I got to meet so many cool people doing that thing. And it's really nice to be able to say, not only have I done already so much stuff, but
Yeah.
now we're coming back and we get to
Oh,
do
fuck yeah.
more. I'm so excited.
Dude, I saw Bowling for Soup play an acoustic set at Dave & Buster's in like 2008.
Hell yeah, dude.
was so
Bowling
crazy.
for Soup and NASCAR the video game. Hell yeah.
It was fucking nuts. So I got a handful more questions, and then we have like this quick speed round, if that's okay.
Yeah,
I
go
know
to
you got-
town.
I
Go
know
to
you got
town.
your stream coming up.
Yeah, I got to get that ready, but I also I gotta put my little guy to sleep in a little bit. So
Okay. Two quick ones. Do you have any advice for upcoming bands or kids that want to start one?
100%. If you want to start a band, the first thing I can suggest that you do is focus on doing something that you enjoy. Don't play a genre that you think is popular. Don't
yeah.
play music that you think somebody else is going to like. Play what you like and have passion about it. And then eventually, if it's meant to be, people come around and people will associate with it. And then when you do become popular, or you do have any kind of following, you're passionate about what you're doing. You're going to
Exactly.
get better content, better material, 100%. And most importantly, you're going to enjoy what you're doing. That's what you guys asked, like, like why a video game stream earlier. And that's what, or why I play music,
You
all
enjoy
this
it.
stuff.
You love it.
It's what I love to do.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get yourself caught in some kind of trap because you want to be famous or popular, or you really like scene girls or whatever the hell it is that you like. Do it for the right reasons. Do it because you like playing music. Play the music you like. And that's what, like I said, I gave shit earlier, like I might be a country music star. I'm not a huge country music fan. Yo, if that's what you're passionate about, play that. I ain't gonna give you shit. I'll never give anyone shit for doing something they enjoy doing. 100%.
Any crazy set mishaps, or have you ever gotten hurt performing or in the crowd while watching a set?
So I've never really gotten crazy hurt. I got like punched in the balls by accident. I've been kicked in the face a couple times by crowd surfers. That's, I mean, that's nothing like too crazy memorable. I remember one time before I was in Alcohol Fives, I played a set with my glasses and I got like heel kicked in the face. And yeah, I just didn't see for the rest of the night. So that's how that went. But yeah, shit happens. But the whole point, you know, you go in there, you take that risk. But yeah, nothing too crazy in terms of like stage mishaps. I thought I freaking broke my ankle one time because I ran and jumped off the bass drum and did some kind of like spinning inside outside kick because you know I'm a second degree black belt.
Oh shit!
Oh nice.
And,
which martial art?
Tung Sudo.
Oh nice.
Yeah, so I did that from a very young age, and I was always proud of how good at, which is why I loved Cobra Kai. Like, I loved how fucking high I could kick. I can kick like up and over my head. I do the jump spin kicks and stuff like that. And you know, I watched Story of the Year from a very young age, so I had to like inhibit that into my show at some point. I don't do that nearly as much now, but but yeah, it's I landed on my ankle one time, and I swear I thought my foot came completely off. It turned the totally wrong way, but it was just a little sprain, and I finished the show, and I was still jumping on it. I regretted it the next day, but is what it is.
Okay, so here's the speed round. We're just gonna ask a question, and then you just answer it. Pretty much doesn't be like a crazy response. All right, favorite Newfound Glory song?
Understatement.
Oh hell yeah.
Grape jelly or strawberry jelly?
Grape.
Oh, me too. Hell yeah, you're the first one to say that. Favorite Blink song?
Oof. Fuck. Anthem 2.
Okay.
All right. Best Nintendo 64 game of all time?
Super Mario 64 or Ocarina of Time. They are tied.
Or Mario Party.
I love Mario Party too, but so I if there's a night where I'm not feeling like a certain game, I will play Mario 64 to 100% completion from zero. I'll get all 120 stars like it's nothing. I have that game memorized like the back of my hand, and I love it. But Ocarina of Time's that's probably my favorite story, and that's my most fun like sit down and enjoy myself play kind of game, as opposed to where Mario's like kind of like the more nostalgic play kind of game. But yeah, no, that's a tough call between the two, but yeah,
it's crazy to think just 25 years ago that those graphics blew people's minds away.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Favorite starting line song?
Damn, dude. I mean, it's the most influential one would have to be Best to Me, but it's I really love the Drama Summer. That's like kind of the ones that like when I pick up a guitar, I will start playing that song randomly all the time.
I like Three's a Charm.
Yeah, dude.
One thing.
Upset mindset fight. Starts with me. The lucky break, but what's at stake? Yeah, I love starting line. Don't fucking start me with that shit. Keep going. Sorry.
It's all right. All right. One thing people might not know about you.
One thing people might not know about me.
Anything. Could be anything you think of.
Dude, I'm very open about everything about my life.
All right, no worries.
I think honestly, I don't think I've been very vocal about how I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh. I played that shit seriously. I went to like Yu-Gi-Oh Championship Series. I went to like a Philadelphia Championship Series and like seated in the top 32 of like 5,000 people playing that game.
We used to do that like summer camp.
Hell yeah, man. Playing Pogs, like that "Hello Goodbye" music video.
Oh,
you ever see that?
I
like where you are. Yeah, oh dude, Hello Goodbye mastered auto tune.
Oh, they ripped it.
Yeah.
Favorite horror movie?
Ooh. I'm not a huge horror fan, but I really, and I don't even think it's really a horror film, but I like the movie Devil. I like relating things back to just like things that like I know, and it takes place in Philadelphia,
elevator, right?
And and it's in an elevator. I'm an asshole. Maybe that's why subliminally I enjoy it. Oh no. I'm just playing good. I can't believe I didn't. I swear to God, I never even thought about that. That's so funny.
It always comes back to an elevator.
It does. Son of a bitch. All right, God.
Your turn.
All right. Most punk rock thing about you.
Most punk rock thing about me. I never. So when I go to shows, I was never really, especially as I grew like later. I just never really gave a shit about like being like a fucking superstar or anything. I really didn't care what people thought about me as much as I probably, in hindsight, I probably should have thought about. I was really, I don't know. If that's too punk rock.
That's perfect, dude.
I was kind of a self-centered asshole. Now that I look back at it, but no, I'm just playing.
Favorite I Call Five song.
Favorite I Call Five song. It's ironic. It's the first song I ever really recorded with them. This Town.
Okay.
It's the acoustic song. That's
Perfect.
probably, and if I had to go with a full band song, it'd be Stuck in 03. I think those were the most like meaningful / fun to write songs, and I love playing Stuck in 03, man. That's I'm so sad that we didn't get to tour more on the full length because again we kind of disbanded towards the end of that year, but
you're coming back.
Yeah, and now we're coming back, and oh my god, I can't wait to play it. It's, there's a video of us playing that at like the House of Blues in Boston, and I just I'm sitting there and I'm just like, damn man, this was fucking fun.
Is that the one that's got like the red lights on stage?
It's very probable. Yeah, we always had some kind of red background lighting whenever we played most of our shit.
Indoors or outdoors?
Well, now indoors, but typically it's. If you asked me a little over a year ago, I would have said outdoors 100%. But as it is right now, I've become I was such an extroverted person my entire life.
Yeah.
And I've become obviously due to being forced to do so, I've become very introverted, and now I'm so comfortable now here. Like I got everything in this office, this room. I have, all the music in the world. I have all my instruments, video games, everything. It's
but
awesome.
Before you know it, you're going to be back in a van with 5 other smelly dudes.
Holding my son and with my wife on my arm.
What's your go-to record store?
Go-to record store? It actually closed during the pandemic. I'm pissed.
Aww.
There's a local record store right around the corner from my house, and it's closed. It's called Frankenstein Records.
That sucks.
Yep. They fell victim to the pandemic, and honestly, they weren't doing too well right before that.
Sucks, dude.
But yeah, we were actually. So we never really got around to it because we weren't able to with the whole pandemic. We wanted to shoot a music video, and we were going to include that in. And I reached out to them to see if they'd be interested in having us come in to allow us to shoot one of the scenes of a music video in there. And they said, unfortunately, they were closing the doors in a week. And we were kind of bummed about that. And I mean, the other guys never really went there, but it's because it's close to me. But it sucks seeing shit like that happen, man.
Yeah. All right. Tour or music festival?
They both have their ups and downs. I love the festivals though. The tours are nice because you have 1 or 2 bands that you're doing, or sometimes 3 or 4 bands that you're doing it with. So you always have like, and one of the bands we toured with the most, with the Punches, like it was like clockwork. Like when I heard, Burn at Both Ends coming on, I ran from wherever I was to sing that bridge and, crowd serve and stuff like that. Or, like for fucking handguns or something like that, to where we had like calculated shit that where we helped each other, or we came out and sang on other people's songs and stuff like that. Because there's certain areas, you don't even realize it. That's why touring is so fun. There's certain areas where certain bands are more popular, and certain areas where another band's more popular, and they're on the same tour. And that's the whole reason you do that. Obviously you're playing to people, but you're also trying to grow. So you get fans from other bands, and when you go up and you see a singer from a band, and this is ironic. So we went up to we played a show, and I think it was like Sacramento or something. Not Sacramento. It's Syracuse. Sorry, New York. It was in New York. It was Syracuse. Closer to you guys. Yeah, like, and we played we played a show with the Punches and All Time Low.
Oh shit!
So All Time Low, I'm friendly with the drummer, and we're pretty close,
Ryan Dawson.
Yeah, and he's like, you want to hop out there and sing a fucking song? I was like, fuck yeah, I want to sing a song, dude. You're All Time fucking Low. Let's go.
Which song?
Yeah. So oh my god. Why do dude, I'm fucking drawing a whole blank. It's the fucking I'm never told a lie, and that makes me a liar. What's the name of the fucking song?
Keep
I'm
going.
not made to bet, but we gamble with desire. Yeah, so that
I
fucking song, you
which
know what I'm
one.
talking about?
Like 2007, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. It was all put up or shut up. So
Oh.
he's like, oh, do you know this song? I was like, dude, I fucking love that whole EP. Let's go. So I started. So I sang the bridge to that, and I can't tell you how we played a full set in front of that same exact crowd. And that crowd definitely has a demographic, 100%.
Mhm.
And I can't tell you the influx of people buying EPs and ordering stuff online and starting to stream our stuff and order our CDs, like from a whole different audience. That, again, that's why bringing those people, those tours together, those two genres, it's always a good thing. So yeah, again, I love touring, but those festivals are just fun, man. You get a
And
bunch of people in one place. It's awesome.
That was JC Ray, by the way.
JC Ray, son of a bitch.
That's what I was thinking. I just couldn't think of the name. Okay.
That's exactly same thing. Yeah.
Couple more. Favorite transit song.
Ooh, Skipping Stone.
Oh hell yeah. Small venue or big venue? Small, come on.
So it's, I mean, so we only played so many big venues.
Yeah, I get that.
No,
yeah.
but it's, I don't want to say too small. I like the mid size. I like maybe a 300 or 400 cap room, because again, the sound that carries. And like when you, again, I'm all about like the sing along shit. I love that stuff. But no, the smaller venues, I'm huge. Again, we grew up playing VFW halls and friggin' bowling alleys and stuff like that around here, as we've stated previously. And those are probably the most intimate sets, which is really cool. And those are the shows I like going to the most and viewing. But being like actually on the stage and the sound is so much better. You can hear yourself, and then when people sing along, it's easier to hear them, and it just like I enjoy that environment as much as I do. I love every show I've ever played. I mean, there are plenty of shows I played to like 2 or fucking 3 people, and I still love them. It's just sometimes it is what it is, but as long as you're doing what you love and you can make it fun. That's what it's all about.
Hell yeah. Favorite food?
Steak, no questions asked.
Yes.
I'm a carnivore.
Yes.
I love steak. If I I was talking about this on my stream last night. I got asked if I was on death row, what would my final meal be?
Steak. A big ass one.
Big juicy ass steak. Yeah.
Favorite Pokemon.
So from a very young, so many loaded questions. I'm horrible at giving simple answers. But from a very young age, I always thought Zapdos looked badass. So I've always been a big Zapdos fan.
You don't want to mess with Zapdos.
Hell no, man.
No. So pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Sometimes.
Please say no. Please say no. Please say no.
Eat what you want, dude. I don't give a shit.
like it.
I've had it before. It's good. I would never go out of my way to eat it.
Yeah.
But if someone offered to me, I'm not going to slap it out of their hand and say, "You son of a bitch."
Did you hear the Attila song that they did on that? The pizza song?
No, I have not.
Oh my god, dude! He's like, pineapple on pizza.
So yeah, I'm not sure if you guys ever hear the Sheds.
Oh, I love the Sheds.
Way back when. So we were very friendly with those dudes. We did a short little tour with those guys, and we played this game called Farkle. And if you like, whoever got last place had to wear this 3XL Attila smoke weed every day T-shirt.
Oh my god!
So when they played their set live, it was. The funny part of it is that it was just covered in just weed things, and they're straight edge, and they're wearing shit that says smoke weed every day, and it's 3XL, and they're especially like Morgan, he's so small and skinny. It was hysterical watching him wear that shit. But yeah, that was funny.
All right, what are you most proud of?
What am I most proud of? I right now, my son, 100%. He's 2 years old. He's the most handsome little bastard in the world. Love him to death.
Awesome.
And where can your fans find you? Instagram handles?
So me personally, Facebook.com/Jeff Todd Live, Twitter.com/Jeff Todd Live, Instagram.com/Jeff Todd Live. I'm working on the TikTok. I'm an old man. Give me some time, but
Dude,
it exists.
I just started TikTok
at
the other
Jeff
day.
Todd Live.
I just started one like 2 days ago, TikTok.
I play way too much music and sing way too many random songs not to be on TikTok.
Exactly.
my wife blew up on TikTok because my wife is a vet tech.
Yeah. Oh,
She
okay.
she posted, so she sees adorable animals all day.
That's
She
awesome.
posted this little video of her petting a chihuahua, and the chihuahua was like vibrating. It was so happy with a little happy song, and it got like
Yeah.
3 million views in a day.
Oh my
And then
What?
god.
Oh, she's
so
going off.
yeah, it's so she's more famous than me right now.
And that's
So,
Beth Todd.
yeah, she's Betsy.
I'll follow her.
Dude, I have no idea what the hell I don't have my phone in here, but yeah, I'll post something on one of my Twitter or something like that. But yeah, she's huge on she's huge on
Yeah.
TikTok.
You should do one when you guys go on tour again. Just do like crazy tour snippets.
Oh, 100%. That's what I'm so excited for, because
Yeah.
that's where all the fun stuff happens. You know, like when we're live playing shows, that's like one of my things is when we were touring and stuff like that, I always go and like hang out with people. Dude, I'm so bad with not talking my head off, dude. I am such like I can't not talk about things. I'm
Oh, of
sorry.
course.
No, but like when we go on tour, like I used to like go out into the crowd and just like meet people and just hang out and like tell like random stories and just ask them about their shit, because like there's so many funny like little scenarios and stuff, and when people go off about all the nonsense they've done.
Yeah.
But yeah, good times.
Well, thank you so much again for doing this. This was amazing. It was so
Yeah,
nice
man.
talking to you, and we cannot wait for the new shit.
I appreciate you guys having me. I'm really really excited for all this new stuff to come out. I'm glad you
Yeah.
really enjoyed the cover, and I
course.
think you will like the original. Again, no slack
Absolutely.
saves the day. That song's fucking amazing. But I hope
Sick.
you guys like the stuff we write as well.
Yeah, and good luck to you guys post pandemic, and hopefully you guys get back on the road too.
Hell yeah, man. That's again. We'll see how it goes. We all have families now and stuff. We're not going to be able to do a 2 or 3 month tour like we used to, but we're going to do everything in our power to get out to everywhere we can. As much as like, dude, we want to go. We want to see the country again. We want to go back overseas as soon as this nonsense and all this bullshit is over with.
Mhm.
It's a bummer, but we got to do everything to keep everybody safe.
We're at the point right now where every month's gonna get better, so I'm stoked.
Absolutely.
That's exactly. It's
That's how I'm
once,
looking at
dude, once all these vaccines go out,
Yeah. They're
I'm
saying,
so stoked on that.
they're saying 600 million vaccines by July, and that means, we got like 370 million people, right? So, that's gonna mean everything's gonna be open by then. It should be.
Hell yeah. I was gonna do. I don't know. Does that count 2 doses for everybody? Is that why it's
That's
600
what I'm
million?
looking at it as. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
And then
Oh,
Johnson
yeah.
Johnson has that new single dose one. So.
Hell yeah. That's what, ironically one of the kids I stream with is a pharmaceutical engineer for
Yeah.
Johnson and Johnson.
Really?
It's, yeah. I play Call of Duty with him. He's a friend that I met through playing on Call of Duty
Oh my
randomly.
god, that's so
And
sick.
he's like, yeah, I got work tomorrow. I was like, what do you do? He's like, oh, I'm a pharmaceutical engineer for Johnson and Johnson. I was like, dude, give me a vaccine. I'm
Dude,
just
yeah.
like- But yeah, no, he helps do a lot of pharmaceutical stuff for them, and
That's awesome.
he's like, yeah, they've been working me to the bone right now. So that's how he lets off steam. He kills people in Call of Duty.
And then real quick, how do people watch your stream if they want to check it out?
Facebook.com/Jeff Todd Live. I stream every
Right on there,
weekday
yeah.
from 9 p.m. till 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Oh, damn.
So yeah, it's nighttime out there for you West Coasters. A lot of my East Coast friends over here are already asleep. But yeah, we hang out, we chat, we play a bunch of different kinds of video games, but we play some music too. If you want to stop in the chat, just say what's up. As you can see, I am a talker. Just just stop by, say what's up. I'd be glad to meet you and hang out.
I'm hardcore coming into that tonight.
Hell yeah, man. I'll see
Hell
you.
yeah.
I'm going live at 9 p.m. Oh, it's season 2 for Call of Duty Warzone.
Hell yeah,
It's
dude.
a brand new season. There's zombies and nonsense going on. I'm stoked.
Kick some ass,
Alright.
Nazi zombies.
Nazi zombies. Fuck
Cool.
yes.
Well, we'll be seeing you around. I'll be definitely checking out some shows this year. So hope to see you soon, man.
I hope we play a show this year. I really do.
Oh, it's
But
gonna happen.
I hope to see you guys soon. And again, thank you for having me.
Thank you so much,
Alrighty.
man.
All right, be safe, Jeff.
All right, later, guys.
Have a great night.
Yeah.